Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the SnM Weekly Sports Show. I've got Mr. McBiggy over here helping me sort out these NFL games that were played this past weekend and talk about a little bit about next week's games. Obviously, I'm McTwiggy. Sorry I couldn't be here in person, but I am vacationing, and I am vacationing in Iran. Why in Iran, you might ask? Well, one, the people here are just really nice, but more importantly, kind of helping out the State Department, and I'm spying on the Iranians' nuclear uh, development program. I was somebody's got to make sure they do that stuff right.
Right.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's get to the games. This past weekend we had. Well, let's see. Let's go with some sleeper games. Snoozers. Atlanta, New York. Atlanta just simply didn't show up.
Nope.
Yes. What was the score on that game? 24-2. It sounded like
Something, I don't
a
know.
serious rout in a baseball game.
Yeah, it was a snoozer from pretty much the beginning of it. I mean, I wasn't really expecting much out of Atlanta, but I was expecting a little bit more than that.
Yeah, it's pretty sad when you try, converting on 4th and 1, 4th and inches, a couple, 3 times, and you can't convert any of them. The Giants, all day long were converting on 3rd and long, and with bonus yardage.
Yeah.
3rd and 7, 15 yards. 3rd and 12, 20 yards. It's pretty sad. I mean, you're either playing really soft, coverage, or you were just completely lost out there. And it sounded like Atlanta missed a flight, and there was a bunch of Colts masquerading as Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that game that puts the Giants against Green Bay next week. See, do we have a line on that, Mr. McBiggy?
I believe we do. I don't have it pulled up right in this second. Let's see if I can get that pulled up for us.
Well, while you pull it up, I'm just going to spout it out. We got Green Bay favored by 8.5. What do you think about that?
8.5. If this were earlier in the year, I would agree with that. But this is another one of those runs Giants are making, and they've looked really strong. I don't know if I can give Green Bay 8.5. I put them for the win, but not that much. I would say maybe by 3 to 5 points would be the win I would give them.
Seriously, after the Giants played against a really crappy Atlanta Falcons team that didn't even show up for the playoffs, I'm gonna go with Green Bay and the points. I think that's going to be at least 10 points, if not more. The Packers, they usually have a little bit tough time, getting going, but they make really awesome adjustments at halftime. And so if they run into any trouble against the Giants defense, they're going to make adjustments, and it's going to be on my Donkey Kong. So, anyways, got one taken care of. Another game that played was Houston hosting the Bengals. No real surprise here. I didn't really think the score was going to end up being 31-14, but I did expect Texans to win, as you did. They looked fairly impressive with rookie quarterback, and Hunter Johnson had a nice long touchdown. Arian Foster was Arian Foster. I no real big surprise there.
No. In fact, the only surprise I really saw was just how bad the Bengals were.
Yeah.
I didn't really expect them to be quite so bad. I thought it was going to be a little bit tighter.
With rookie quarterback Andy Dalton, probably jitters there. Yeah, Texans have a rookie quarterback too, but T.J. Yates was pretty highly touted coming out of the draft, so
Mm,
um, you know doesn't really surprise me, and so
yeah.
yeah. So that game that puts Houston up against Baltimore
Mm.
next week in Baltimore. Um, do you have the line on that, or?
I actually can't seem to find it. I think I must have lost that one.
Epic fail, you're fired.
I know it.
Well, to get the line on that, Baltimore by 7.5.
7.5. Um, that offense is really unimpressive to me. Joe Flacco, he's got an arm. I wouldn't say it's an accurate one. Their most impressive aspect is obviously their defense. After that, it's just kind of spray and pray. So it's a little bit too many points for me. I know Houston's banged up, but I think they'll make it at least close enough to cover that spread. So 3 to 5 points, Baltimore wins again.
You like that number, 3 to 5 points?
It's just the matchups. It's just where I'm having them this week.
Hmm.
Low scoring game, I'd add. I think it'll be a very low scoring game.
Possibly. I don't know. Yeah, I think Houston can cover the spread. I'm expecting Baltimore to win, but I'm not going to be totally shocked if Houston pulls it out.
No, I wouldn't be shocked either. Like I said before, Baltimore's offense is very weak, in my words.
Yeah, and it's just going to matter. It'd be a matter of whether Baltimore's defense can get a few picks, get some momentum flowing their way. Ray Rice shouldn't have any problem getting going in this game. But yeah. So, anyways, other games we had the Detroit Lions against the New Orleans Saints. The Lions were hanging in that game for the first half, and they actually had a little bit of a lead there. I thought we were both gonna really well. I was gonna take it in the jaw, with you predicting the Lions to win last week, but I didn't expect New Orleans to cover that spread. So, yeah, I had 600 plus yards of offense from New Orleans. I think that's an NFL record. Yeah, Lions didn't show up in the second half in that game.
No, they didn't. In fact, they did the negative of show up, and I think they just kind of forgot to come out there, so the third string came out and played for them.
Yeah, and that's kind of obviously a bad idea, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, that gives New Orleans the right to play the second seed San Francisco 49ers in San Francisco. Me being, Seahawks fan, personally, I got to root for the Saints on this one. You have the line on that?
No, I don't. I pulled up something, but I can't find what I'm looking for here.
I got this job because I had a good audition. You got this job because you're on your knees position. The line on
she
this
was
game,
pretty.
What?
She was pretty.
You see, yeah, no, you were on your knees.
Yeah, she was pretty.
Yeah, she-male. Line on this game is 3.5 in favor of the Saints, visiting Saints.
Only 3.5?
Only 3.5. 49ers been, pretty good, offensively and defensively. I mean, they kind of look like 11-5 record, something like that.
Something like that. I don't know. I don't put too much weight on the record considering the division they're playing in. Listen, just because you're a Seahawks fan doesn't mean you don't know reality. That's one of the worst divisions
I made
ever.
a few friends over here in Iran, and they're perfectly willing to do me a favor and drop some uranium on your doorstep. So.
Yeah, go right ahead. 3.5 is ridiculous to me. I would say at least by 7.
What, Saints by 7?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I can see that. Playing outdoors, I don't really know what stats are with New Orleans playing outdoors. Yeah, stadium can get a little rough on opposing teams or visiting teams, but yeah, I can go with 7 on that. So, the big shocker game of the weekend was the Pittsburgh Steelers getting T-bowed by the Denver Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Steelers were favored by 9 in that game, and Denver was up 20-6 at one point. Took a break in the second half, went into overtime. First play of overtime, bam! It's
80-yarder.
Demaryius Thomas right over the middle. Demaryius Thomas takes the rest of the way.
Slaps the guy away from him. Get down my way.
Yeah. And the fun stat of this game, I'm not an overly religious guy, but Tim Tebow's favorite Bible quote or Bible verse is John 3:16. He passes for 316 yards, 31.6 yards per completion. Coincidence? You decide.
Yeah. It's one of those weird coincidences that happen. Maybe it's a sign. Maybe they're going to go all the way. Yeah. If they're going to do it, this coming up week is the test.
Yeah, and it's going to be a big test. Don't make me really fire you. You better have the line on this.
I don't. I'm letting you do everything.
So,
I'm kidding. It's by 13.5.
Okay, I was just going to say, we're going to take some video responses on this, and, anybody want to audition for McBiggy's position? Show.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 13.5, Patriots are favored by.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a tough one. It might be a minor miracle happening. I'm not going to pick Denver to win it. But I will, consider taking, some bets on, over under 50 points total for the Patriots. So.
Yeah, I honestly, right off of that fluke, and yeah, I'm calling the Denver win a fluke, even though I said they would at least cover the points. I was right. I didn't say they would win it. Sure didn't say they'd win it. 13.5 points. That's really close to where I'd have it. So I'm going to say just barely Patriots do cover that.
Just
barely. I'm going to say
14. Patriots don't cover, but they still win.
Yeah.
I took it in the jaw last week. Steelers, whatever. Yeah, wow.